Our report on global housing status indicates that the majority of African countries are facing a housing crisis, with the continent's housing industry requiring at least a minimum of $2.5 billion in new investments annually for any meaningful impact to remedy this.
When we look at 2 million and above, Kenya stands out. Kenya, Madagascar, South Africa, but we are here, we are committed to Kenya.
In Kenya, Shelter Afrique wants the government to scale up capacity and resources to tackle the shortage of affordable housing among the lower cadre.
You know, we would really fall in love with you if you could bring that cost down to 20,000. And as we've done in Rwanda, we brought it down to 15,000. Why? Because we believe the biggest challenge on the demand side is the lack of affordability. How do you sort that out? Is by reducing the cost of the house and, of course, providing access to the funding.
Shelter Afrique CEO Andrew Chimphondah says there is need to expand mortgage finance options, design appropriate mortgage finance products, and enhance access to capital markets for housing.
The government, in part, envisages an inclusive delivery strategy that embraces all stakeholders, landowners, financial institutions, and manufacturers. The government will facilitate by making it easier for developers to access land through facilitating the identification, registration, and transfer for the investors, providing supporting infrastructure, and reviewing any impeding policy and legislation for ease of delivery of the housing agenda.
Elsewhere, hotels in South Coast have increased their online booking campaigns to attract both international and domestic tourists in order to have better returns in the second half of 2019. The tourism sector recorded 921,090 international tourist arrivals between January and June this year, compared to 927,797 arrivals over the same period last year. The marginal increase has been partially attributed to aggressive digital marketing campaigns. According to Bob Kimani, Managing Director, Diani Reef Beach Resort and Spur, digital marketing has unlimited potential to market Kenya and its vast attractions due to global presence, especially among the new crop of tourists who are tech-savvy. During the second half of the year, Kimani expects 70% of domestic bookings and 30% international. He projects that 20% will be direct bookings, 30% would consist of the domestic travel trade, and 50% through online travel and booking agents. Finally, the latest Cellulant State of Digitization of Agriculture in Africa 2019 report projects the agriculture market to grow $1 trillion by the year 2030. The report says Africa's agri-tech market netted an estimated $143 million out of a total addressable market of $2.6 billion in 2018. Industry players are upbeat that technology such as mobile telephony or the blockchain can increase efficiency and output of the agriculture sector. Technology is at the heart of transformation in Africa. We believe by innovating around how supply and demand are organized, we can solve Africa's food crisis. End of quote. Bolaji Akinboro, Cellulant co-CEO.